I am California of the past.
I
I
am
am California
California
of the
of the
past.
past.
I
I
I
am
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 California
California
of
California
of
the
the
of the
past.
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 My name is Mary Hidalgo, and I came to Sunnyvale when I was 3 years old. I was born in Antioch, California, and I still remember the little house where I was born in.
Yeah.
713th 9th Street, Antioch, California. And our parents, my parents, I guess, moved to 238 Pastoria. And that's where I grew up, and I went to school. Only one school we had in Sunnyvale, and everybody went to that one school, elementary school. And I guess we just played in the street, and because we didn't have any parks, we played kick the can. We rode our bikes. We made scooters out of fruit boxes with skate wheels on them and handlebars. And that was our toy. We never had any toys, no bought toys. And we just ate fruit, fresh fruit every day from the orchards because there was just all kinds of orchards around us. And we just bought the fruit, very inexpensive. In fact, sometimes they give it to you because they had so much of it. And that's the way that I started when I was a little girl. Oh, when we were little children, we used to go to town, and we first of all we'd go find Coke bottles, and we got a penny for the Coke bottle, and we would take them to this little Sago's um, shop. It was a grocery store really, and they gave us the money, and then we would go to the show, and we had to pay 5 cents to get in the show. But before we would go to the little candy shop next to the show, and we would try to find something that we could get for 1 penny, more than one thing, like five uh, pieces of candy for a penny or 3 pieces of candy for a penny. And the poor lady that had this little store was just an angel. Because never once did she raise her voice at us or throw us out of her store. But that was one of the fun things we did, was going to the movies. Then, of course, our other fun thing was playing ball on the street because we didn't have a park, as I said before. And so we played on the street. We had our bases marked out with chalk, and it was all gravel. And we just got out there and we just played. And we played kick the can. In the evenings, before it got too dark, we played hide and seek. And we used to hide in the orchard across the street from our house. And he didn't mind us playing in his orchard, just that we did climb the trees and break down he always said, the little branches there are the fruit for next year. So please don't break those. So don't climb the trees. So we didn't climb the trees. We just hid behind the tree. But see, it was open all the way from Pastoria to Mary Avenue. That was all orchards. And sometimes we went and hid as far as almost to Mary Avenue. So they couldn't find us because they was getting dark, and so we just had fun. We just had fun as kids. We had no money to buy toys. Uh, None of us had bicycles. None of us had scooters. Well, no child in Sunnyvale had anything other that we all thought we were rich because we were of the same caliber. None of us had more than the other. And it was a happy time because everybody knew everybody. And if you were a neighbor or down the street and you needed help, everybody was there to help you. You didn't have to ask, can I help you? They were there. Oh, the cannery. That was the fun part. When we were youngsters, of course, the canneries were seasonal. You only worked like 5 or 6 weeks out of the fruit season, and they had to process it immediately. So as kids, we were asked to help process the fruit. So we went to work at the age of, I was 14, son had to be 16. My mom cheated my age, I guess. And we worked alongside of our mother. And my first experience was sorting grapes on a line for a cocktail. If you ever want to see something that's monotonous, it's this. Because you just kept your eye on this belt as these grapes went spinning around down the belt, and you had to pick the ones that had the little stem in it because they didn't want any stems in the cocktail. Well, some of the girls that worked on the line got sick, so they had to put them someplace else. But my mother made me stay because she says, "You're a big girl, you can take this." And so I stayed on the belt with my mother sorting the grapes. That was a horrible job. But then, as I grew older, we still worked in the summertime, and we really got the better jobs because we were the young ones of the group. The older ladies didn't get the good stuff that we got. We got to work in the machines, where the older ladies didn't get to work in the machine. And so we were lucky to do that. And it was a terrible job, too, because you had to wear this hat and net on your hair, and you had to have a big apron, and you had to have gloves on, and they perspired inside. It was horrible. But that was the way we made our living, so we worked and never complained about it.